Hello, and happy Sunday. Today, I don't really have the best lighting. I'm sitting inside because it's really chilly outside. So, I'm sitting in my bedroom. I have the curtains open, but it's still pretty low quality. So, sorry about that. Today is actually, oh, and here's my dog, Valley. Can you see her? She's right there. Yeah. Today we are diving into our last week of the series, Why Be Kind. And last week we talked about how you should be kind to others because it'll show others that you are of Christ. This week we're kind of going to be talking about the same thing, so I might be repeating myself a lot, but it's the flip side to where if you are kind to others, not only are you showing them that you yourself are of Christ, but once they know that you are of Christ and you are a Christian and you love your God, you want to show them God's love. And you're going to do that anyways, by being kind to them and showing them that you're of Christ. You're going to be showing them God's love and God's forgiveness. However, this video is going to be really focused on why you need to make sure that you are not showing them the love that you think they deserve or you think you can show them. You need to be showing them the love that you know God would be giving them, which is unconditional. And you need to be showing them the forgiveness that God would give them. And God will give them, sorry. But, so you need to show them, like, why they should come to Christ and why it's okay to trust God. So, first off, we're going to talk about why so many people don't trust God, or there's so many people that they believe God is real, but they don't want nothing to do with Him, which I've talked about this to you guys before. That just absolutely blows my mind when someone knows, they know that God is real. They believe in their heart that God is real, but they don't want anything to do with Him because they don't truly know Him. It's not that they know everything about Him and they don't like it, because what is there not to like? It's that they know of Him, they believe He's real, or they believe there's some kind of high power that is real, but they don't know our God like we do. That is why we have to, well, not really take it upon ourselves, because we are just here. We are God's hands and feet. We are here to plant the seed. We are here to love them. We are here to forgive them. We are here to do everything that God has called us to do. But God is the one that truly starts working and changes their heart. So I never want you to get discouraged if you are trying to share the gospel, you are trying to plant that seed and you don't see any growth, because it may be years down the line that you've planted the seed, and then years down the line someone else comes along and they water it, and then God causes it to start blooming. So I don't want you to ever get discouraged if you feel like, well, I'm constantly sharing God with this friend, or I'm constantly sharing God with my grandma or with this aunt or uncle, and I'm just not seeing them come to Christ. Like, they're kind of just annoyed with me. It's okay. You have done your part. You have planted the seed. Continue planting those seeds. Don't ever stop talking about God around them. Keep planting those seeds, and someone else will come along and do the watering, and God Himself will make it grow. Okay? So, we're going to talk about why some people choose to not know God. So, there are so many reasons. There's reasons that I probably can't even think of, and I'm not even going to be able to tell you. But just some reasons off the top of my head is someone has heard of God. They have heard that God is supposed to be this loving being, but they question, if He is so loving, why does He send people to hell? And I know that is a big question that a lot of people have, and that is a conversation for another time if you guys also have that question, because if I start talking about that today, this video is going to be like 40 minutes long. So my phone just does not have the capacity to hold the video that long or to upload it to YouTube. So we are just going to talk about the questions that some people have. So, yes, some people have the question of, why does God not allow some people to be with Him forever if He's such a loving God? Why does God allow people to get hurt? Why does God allow people to have cancer, allow people to have sicknesses? What about these little babies that haven't even done anything and haven't sinned against God, and they are also they have cancer, they're passing away from cancer, they have heart problems, they have breathing problems? Why does God allow these things to happen? Why does He allow bad people to do bad things? And a huge answer to that is free will. There's also many other answers to go along with the questions I just said, but to the question of why does God allow people to do bad things? It's because he gives us free will. He doesn't just make us love him, because if you have to make someone love you, that's not love. That's not genuine love. So he's never going to force his love on, well, it's not that he's not going to force his love. He will always give us love, but he would never, ever force someone to love him back. That's why we are his hands and feet, and we are going out there wanting to show people why they should love him back, why they should get to know him, why he's not this terrible thing that they've made up in their head. Because so many people, they just read things in the Bible, they take it out of context, and they're like, oh, he's showing wrath? Wow, he must be an angry and just very mean God. And that's not how it is at all. And we know that. I know that. You know that. We know our God is loving. We know our God works everything together for good. And that is another, it's something that's very, very hard for people to understand. Even me, at the time my mom was diagnosed with cancer, I was a very strong believer, just like I am now. And I still remember going to my youth pastor and asking them, if God works everything together for good, why did he do this? Why? How does he think that this is something good? How is he going to make this work for good? And I couldn't see it then, and I still don't see it now. It still hurts that he took my mom back home. However, I know in my heart that he has done this for good. And he may not show me on earth, and he may not even show me in heaven, because it is God's will, and his will should always be done. But it's hard for people who don't have that relationship with God like I do to understand, like, okay, these pastors at my church are telling me that it's okay because God works these things together for good, but it doesn't feel good. And it's so hard for people who don't know him and don't have that relationship with him to truly understand why he's good. And that's why they can go off never wanting to know him. Even if they believe he's real, they never want to know him. They never want to get to know him. They don't want to hear about him. And that's why sometimes in those situations, it's best for us to not walk up and try to force the gospel on them. It's best for us to not walk up and try to be like, this is my God, you need to listen about him. It is best for us to just show them our God through the way that we treat them, the way that we love them, the way that we forgive them. When people are angry, when people are hurt, they're going to do things that hurt you. They're going to do things that hurt people that you love. And you just need to sit back before you act on anything. You need to know who you are. You need to know your faith, your relationship with God, and you need to reflect on that and think, how would God handle this? Think of Jesus himself when he was here on earth. How would he handle the situation that you're in? WWJD, what would Jesus do? Always think of that. And you need to handle situations with love, with grace. You need to show people mercy. You need to show them the forgiveness that God would. Even if they do know God and you know that they know God, maybe they're in a time of their life where they're just not really sure about God. Maybe they're like, yes, I know him and I don't want to anymore, because they're not happy with something that's happened. So if you continue to show them the love and the grace, the forgiveness that God gives them, even when they're trying to block out God, they can't block out you. You are right there, and you are loving them, you are forgiving them, you are showing them every single thing that God is trying to show them while they're blocking him out. And that truly changes lives. Don't ever think that you can't move a mountain, because you can. You can do anything through Christ, and he will help you in all things. If it's his will, if it is his will be done. So this is at 9 minutes, so I'm going to go ahead and try to wrap this up. If you, Valley's just chilling right here. If you have any questions, anything you want to say, or anything you want to add to this, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. If you have a question that you don't want to put in the comments, have your mom or dad, grandma, grandpa reach out to me, and just have them text me, call me, whatever. You can even ask them to call me so that you can talk to me. You can FaceTime me. I am up for whatever. I miss you guys like crazy. So a FaceTime call or just a call from you would absolutely make my day. So yes, if you have any questions, any statements, anything, please let me know. Next week is Family Sunday. I might be getting up a little video. It'll be like a fun experiment video, better than the last one. I know the last one didn't really work with the whole rainbow glass thing. So I will be trying to get a better one up this time. However, I am hopefully closing on a house this week, and I am moving into that house this upcoming weekend. So I will be moving at the time that a video should be going up on Sunday. So there is a chance that I will not get a video up next Sunday, and if I don't, I want to let you guys know that I love you, I miss you, and I hope you have a very, very happy Family Sunday next week. Be sure to worship with your family and watch the service with your family and just have lots of amazing family time. I will see you guys this Wednesday, and I hope to see you guys in person very soon. Have a great week. Bye, guys.